Hey everyone, and welcome to my review of the LEGO Harry Potter 764260 Hogwarts Castle Boathouse. This set is rated 8+, and it's new for March 2024, and as you can see, it does look pretty nice, and I think this might be the first LEGO Hogwarts Boathouse set we've ever got. And this set comes with a rather generous 5 minifigures. Look at the size of the box, quite small, a lot packed in here, 5 minifigures, so let's open it up and see what's inside. And oh, look at that, we've got paper bags. LEGO promised us these were coming, and they are coming in more and more sets these days. So we've got 3 numbered bags, 1 instruction booklet, and no sticker sheet. At least I haven't found it yet. I don't think there is one. Although I do think this instruction booklet is maybe a little bit small, and it's kind of really thick and book bound almost. So it's got a higher quality feel to it, but yeah, you have to really spread the pages out. Maybe I'm complaining too much, but I would have liked it if the instruction booklet was just a little bit bigger. And here's what the finished build looks like with all our minifigures assembled with their wands. And here are the spare parts, including an oar. Not something I typically expect to find as spare, but yeah, that's spare. So first of all, let's take a look at the boat. As you can see, we have 2 of them here. They're both identical builds. And you can fit 2 minifigures inside each, obviously just standing up because they're using the mini legs, which don't bend, but you got enough space for them to go in there, and probably some space for some extra things in the middle. And this is how the characters look inside the boats, although you will have to put Hermione at the front because of her skirt piece will clash if you try and put her in the back. So we've got Harry and Hermione in there, and then we got Dean and Neville in this one. Now, one thing I really liked about the boats was the use of the sausage piece here to kind of get that curved angle for the lantern on top, and you do get a spare black sausage as well. That's just a really simple but effective building technique. We'll take a closer look at the minifigures in a moment, but let's turn our attention to the boathouse itself. And I feel like the whole thing is just a little bit smaller than I expected, but then if you look at the size of the box, it's not a massive box, so it's not going to be a massive set. I just feel like if I was going to improve anything, I would make the whole thing proportionally larger in almost every way. A little bit wider, a little bit taller. You can't remove the roof or anything, and so you kind of have to get your fingers in there. I mean, it's enough space because obviously the only thing that's going to go in there is the boats. And oh, I knocked off one of the oars, but I'll talk about that. So the boats can fit in there. One of them can fit in pretty perfectly. You can have another one maybe just kind of in front as if it's coming out of it, for example, or coming in. We've got some lanterns out front, Hedwig on a bench there, and there are lots of animals. So you've got Hedwig, you've got a flying fish, the spider climbing up the wall, and there is a crab down here. And also, maybe I'm missing this. I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan, so I might have overlooked it, but there's a hidden feature to this set, a hidden compartment. If you just slide this out, you've got an olive green frog just hiding underneath the rocks there. What does that mean? Tell me in the comments. And speaking of that play feature, oh, I'm going to knock the other oar off now. The way it's connected here, it uses 2 different types of clips. You've got the standard clip here and then the kind of hinge clip here. And typically you wouldn't think they would go together, but they do. I mean, it's not a secure lock, but it's not going to fall off or anything. It's, yeah, a very clever technique that I would never have thought of. So nice one, LEGO designers. And the parts that just fell off there, of course, are the oars, which is a very nice looking thing, but practically, yeah, these are always going to fall off because they don't clip in. They're just supposed to rest in here, and you kind of have to balance it to get your finger in, and ta-da, that's how it looks. Same for the both sides, but yeah, if you handle this set around it, they are going to fall off. I would have probably preferred some actual clips, but this use of the horn piece here in tan, it does look a lot nicer. And the other thing that fell off was the only decorated element in this set. There are no stickers, no printed parts, except for this one. And it's not even part of the set, technically. It's one of the collectible tiles for this wave of Harry Potter sets. They usually like to do collectible things. And this time we have this one. I'm not sure who this wizard's supposed to be, but they're holding an owl. If you know who they are, tell me in the comments. And there are 4 scenes to collect. And at the back of the instruction booklet, it does show you the page. So you can see all the different ones to collect there. You've got a little checklist, collect all the different Hogwarts portraits. And then just a little advertisement where you can build the most detailed Hogwarts castle. Because I think this might be the 3rd or 4th time they've rebooted this kind of subsets to build the Hogwarts castle. They've done it a few years. Some people get annoyed when they kind of reset this idea, but maybe this really will be the most detailed Hogwarts castle yet. So you can see we've got the boathouse here and then the Hogwarts Owlry, which is another set I'll be building and reviewing next. So if you want to see my review of that set, make sure you're subscribed as well. But whilst we're on the topic of instructions, I did notice something rather strange. I had this massive ink smudge printing error. Yeah, underneath there was supposed to be the spider. It tells me where to put it, but something went wrong because that happened. Never seen that before. It's like someone squashed a real life spider in there. Eesh. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the only thing I would really improve would just kind of be the proportions of the whole thing, because I feel like it looks a little bit small. And especially if you try and put McGonagall, well, she's not going to fit through this archway with her hat on. You know, even if she took the hat off, it's going to be barely fit. But the kids, because they're smaller, yeah, they, you know, even they just about fit. So I would have made it a little bit taller. McGonagall can stand on the end here because obviously this archway is a lot bigger, but yeah, there's limited places for her to be. The roof can hinge open, but that's really just kind of the way it's designed and built. You're not really going to get your fingers in there for any easier access. So that's just kind of how it looks. But I like the use of the colours, the masonry bricks, the medium nougat and the tan. It has that worn and weathered effect. And even the fern pieces here for this little tree and the leaves on there, it just gives it a nice splash of colour. It's too bad that the mushrooms here don't get any printing or stickers. I feel like it's obvious enough as to what they are, but just something decorated would have added to the details. As for the minifigures themselves, they do share some things in common. So for example, Harry, Hermione, Neville and Dean all have the same torso prints. Nothing that distinguishes what house they're in or anything. It's just a basic plain Hogwarts with the hood on the back. And then all of them except Hermione have the same basic black legs. Hermione does have the skirt piece with some dual moulded legs there with the black and the grey. And they all do have alternate faces. So these are ones that we've kind of seen before. They're happy, smiley faces for the younger versions of the characters. Although I could be wrong, but is this a different skin tone for Dean? Hasn't he been a different one before? And here's the alternate faces with this kind of scared, worried look. Although I'm not sure what they're scared of in this set. Maybe it's the spider. I know I would be. But of course, the highlight minifigure of this entire set has to be Professor McGonagall. She's got detailed printing on the arms, on the torso, on the bottom of the dress piece, and on the back of the torso, and on the dress piece as well. It's so consistent. I think it's really high quality, and probably not a minifigure you'd expect. Like, this is so good. See, when LEGO can go all out, they really do go all out. And she's got an accessory here with the register for the students: Hermione Granger, Neville Longbottom, Dean Thomas, and of course Harry Potter. And just like the others, she does have an alternate face print as well. So here's her kind of neutral expression, and there's what she looks like with a more angry mood. But I think this is definitely the highlight figure of this set. Overall, I do think this is a really good set, and for its retail price of £32, I'm pretty happy with that. Sure, maybe just 30 would have been nicer, knock off £2, but if you can get it on a discount like I did, whereas I only paid £26, 5 minifigures, good display set that kind of works on its own, even if you don't build it into the other Hogwarts sets, or even if you do, I'm sure it'll look great all together. But yeah, some small nitpicks, you know, make the whole thing just a little bit bigger, but then of course it would be more expensive. The McGonagall figure is great. The others, kind of what we've seen before, but always nice to have, and it kind of really fills out the scene. What do you guys think about this one? Tell me in the comments. I'll see you all next time for another LEGO Harry Potter review. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out the other videos on this channel or on one of my other channels as well. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share with your friends.